So my book is called The Emperors Riddles, and basically it's being described as a history meets mystery. So while it is a mystery thriller, there is a huge historical slant because the backgrounder is entirely history. We are looking at the legend of a celebrated Indian emperor and his secret, what he did 2000 years back, something that is so mysterious, something that could be called a royal secret, and how that is affecting the present day action of the book. So while on one hand you have a historical track which shows the evolution of the emperor and his secret mission, the present day track is basically two my protagonists who are on this trail of riddles that they have to solve one after the other, so then they reach the final enigma. So those are the parallel tracks of the book, so it's a history meets mystery end of the day. It is, absolutely. No, definitely, it's not that I follow him, but I was actually fortunate to have found this legend online. That's how the book started actually. I had no plans of even writing a book. It was a very random search on the internet where I was looking for something. I had just finished a Dan Brown novel, and I was very curious to know if something similar was there in our own Indian history, something that is very secretive or mysterious. And I came across this fantastic legend of an emperor and what he did, and that just totally flabbergasted me to know that something so awesome, something so fascinating is there in our own Indian history, something that is so mysterious, something that actually has a resonance even today, because apparently what he did, the project that he created, is probably alive even today and functioning even now. So that was very fascinating. So that is where the journey started. So getting hold of that legend and then weaving a plot around it, that's how it started. The legend, but the legend is also a part of his aura, so there's no way to know if it actually happened or not. It's what you would call a conspiracy theory or something really esoteric in nature. So the legend is also a part of the emperor's aura. It's believed that he did that. There's no factual justification that he actually might have done that. It's not in any of our history books. That is what makes it so fascinating. It's something like the Mary Magdalene story, that whether was she really married to Jesus Christ or not, just like it's in the realm of speculation. So that is what I think makes it even more interesting, that whether this could have actually happened or not. I would love if that actually happens. I mean, as you said, there's a lot of technology coming up and people are exploring history a lot more. I think today we are actually looking at history a lot more intrusively than we used to do that before. And I think some kind of justification comes across that it actually might have happened. I would be really interested to know that. But as of now, I think for now it has to remain within that cloud of speculation and absolute thought and research. See, the book starts with a murder. So it is primarily a murder mystery, and the one who is murdered is the father of the woman in the novel. So for her, it's a very personal reason why she is chosen for what happens. So when the father is murdered, she gets this very mysterious message from a group, and she is then put on this particular path of riddles. And since she is alone and she has no idea how to go about it, she contacts the guy and asks him to come and help her out with it. So it's basically the two people helping out each other and then going on this trail. They have no idea what lies ahead. They have no idea where they are going, where is the trail leading them to. It's absolutely unknown, unexplored, and it's unknown. So that is what, for them also, it's a matter of trust and faith, whether they can actually go ahead with it. So that is how the journey starts, and then what they discover in the end is what the book is all about. Yeah, the man has, which is why he's invited. The man, my protagonist, is Om Patnaik, and who is an author, and he's basically a mystery writer, and he's interested in what is esoteric and what is unknown and what is what is debated. So he has a Facebook group where they talk about UFOs and assassination theories and conspiracy theories. So he is already attracted to that world of speculation and thought. So which is why she thinks that he is the ideal candidate for him to call him up and help him with this entire journey. So he's definitely placed within that geography of speculation already, while she, of course, is drawn because of personal reasons, and that's how they come together. Absolutely, because since history is such a huge part of this book, so it is warranted that I had to do a lot of research to get that era right, to make sure that I can impeccably and accurately recreate, because the entire track of the book is about the emperor and his evolution and why he does what he does in the first place. So to actually show the reader what the emperor was to begin with, what he becomes in the end, and then what he does, research was a huge part of that particular track. So definitely research, I had to do a lot of research to make sure that I get the characters and just the entire feel of that era right. So that was definitely there. Maybe not in this particular book, because he is in a completely extraordinary situation that I am not. He is, because this is not exactly the story of how he becomes an author or what kind of an author he is or how he develops as an author. This is more about him being trapped in a mystery and how he's trying to make head or tail out of the situation that he is in. So I won't really call it autobiographical or even quasi-autobiographical. It's more about him just being trapped and how he wants to reach to the end and also help this lady out who's asked for his help. So it's basically his mystery and his thriller element that takes precedence rather than the development or evolution as an author vis-a-vis me. So yeah. Well, there is actually a mystery, yes. I mean, the initial draft was when everything was resolved, but my editors felt that let's not give everything away and let's keep something, just keep the readers guessing to something. So the book is in fact not truncated. While there was a lot more that comes in the actual initial original draft, what you have now is a truncated version where the book ends 3-4 chapters before what it primarily was. So yes, there is a bit of part that still remains unexplained, but I think we like the way it is. Part 2, yeah. No, it's the former one. It's just ambiguity that we wanted. There can't be a part 2 here because the story just naturally ends where it had to end. We're just not giving you all the answers to all the questions that we raised in the beginning. While most of them are resolved, you know why things happen, why they are happening. You don't really get a feel of everything that was put out there for you, and everything is not given to you on a platter at the end. Some things we just wanted not to tell you about. So it just comes across as a lot more natural that way. We just thought, okay, let's just leave it there. And there's no part 2 for this book for sure, but might be a part 2 for my protagonist. He might find himself trapped in another extraordinary situation in another book. So that could probably be a case, but definitely for this story, we have a the end here.